Yo, me again, doing a review for Breaking Bad this time. As you can see by the posters on my walls, yeah, I love the show. It's an amazing It's an amazing show. It's so funny. It's a great show. Really dramatic as well. By the way, if you're watching this video and you haven't seen all of it, spoilers alert. I don't care. Keep watching. But yeah, pretty much the show is about a chemistry teacher who finds out about a few days after his 50th birthday that he has a lung cancer, and so he finds a old student of his, being a teacher and all that, at a meth lab whilst he's on a ride along with his brother-in-law, who's a DEA agent, which is Drug Enforcement Agency, and he specialises in meth. And so he follows the kid. Well, not follows. He tracks his house down, seeing as though he's still on the record, so it's not being a pervert or a paedophile. He finds the kid and makes a proposal with him to cook meth. The kid is just arguing, saying no, no, no. And he finally says, "May I remind you that you are doing something illegal here. I could easily just turn you into the cops and into the DEA. I have a brother-in-law, I can do this." And he says, "Okay, finally." And that guy's called Jesse Pinkman, and he says "bitch" a lot. And that's his catchphrase. He was, this is something, if you've seen it, you might want to know. He was actually supposed to die in the first season, but Vince Gilligan, the creator of Breaking Bad, loved him so much, and so did the viewers, that he kept him in throughout. So yeah, and that's pretty much the first episode, and then he gets a distributor near the end of season 1. Season 2, the distributor dies, so he has to start distributing himself, him and Jesse. And the main characters are Walter White and Jesse Pinkman, Walter White being the chemistry teacher. Season 3, they find a guy who runs a fried chicken place called Los Pollos Hermanos, which is Spanish for the Chicken Brothers. And this is quite important because it's real stereotypical. It's a black guy who is a distributor who sells meth, drugs, and also fried chicken, which is quite funny. It's real stereotypical, bit racist that way, but yeah. And he's the first black guy in Breaking Bad, and sells fried chicken and meth. Yeah. And in season 4, it's pretty much him and Jesse trying to kill him, and in the end of season 4, Walter kills him by blowing him up, which is hilarious. Season 5, Walter dies. So does his brother-in-law Hank. Yeah, it's quite emotional, that bit. But yeah, great show in general, just amazing. They just made it look made the meth look just like meth, and it's just so good. And it's actually, the Walter White character is actually based off a real character, because in the show Walter White cooked the most purest meth ever, and the real Walter White actually does cook really, 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 really pure meth, 89 point odd, and in the show he did 91 point five or something, and that is pure. The average meth cooker could get 50, and that is really cloudy meth and terrible quality. But in general, the show was amazing. So peace.